It was one of those days that felt like the universe had decided to test me. I had been stuck in back-to-back meetings all afternoon. My coffee had gone cold before I could even take a sip, and now, as I drove home, the sky opened up and poured rain like it had a personal vendetta against me. The windshield wipers were working overtime, but even they couldn't keep up with the downpour. My mind was a jumble of deadlines, unfinished tasks, and the nagging feeling that I was forgetting something important. And then, as if the day hadn't been bad enough, I heard it. A loud, rhythmic thudding noise coming from the driver's side of the car. My stomach dropped. A flat tire. On a night like this, in the middle of nowhere. I pulled over to the side of the road, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly my knuckles turned white. I sat there for a moment, just staring out at the rain, feeling completely and utterly defeated. I didn't know the first thing about changing a tire. I had always relied on roadside assistance, but my phone was dead. I was stranded, alone, and soaked to the bone. I stepped out of the car, the cold rain instantly drenching my suit. I opened the trunk and stared at the spare tire and the tools, feeling like they might as well have been written in a foreign language. I had no idea what to do. Just as I was about to give up and start walking to find help, I heard a voice behind me. "Need some help, sir?" I turned around and saw a young boy, maybe 12 or 13 years old, standing there. He was wearing a hoodie that was too big for him, the sleeves rolled up to his wrists, and his sneakers were worn and muddy. But his eyes were kind, and he had a smile that instantly put me at ease. I don't know how to change a tire," I admitted, feeling embarrassed. "And my phone's dead." "I can help," he said simply. He walked over to the trunk, grabbed the jack, and got to work without another word. I stood there, watching in awe as this kid, who couldn't have been more than half my size, lifted the car, removed the flat tire, and put the spare on like it was nothing. The rain didn't seem to bother him at all. "You're really good at this," I said, trying to make conversation. He shrugged. "My dad taught me before he passed away. He said it's important to know how to take care of yourself." His words hit me hard. Here I was, a grown man with a successful career, and I couldn't even change a tire. And this boy, who had already faced so much loss in his young life, was out here helping a stranger without a second thought. When he finished, I reached into my wallet and pulled out a few bills. "Here, please take this. You saved me tonight." He shook his head. "I don't want your money, sir. Just glad I could help." I insisted, but he refused again. Finally I asked, "What's your name?" "Marcus," he said. "Well, Marcus, you're an incredible young man. Is there anything I can do to thank you?" He hesitated for a moment, then said, "I've been trying to save up for a new bike. Mine got stolen a few months ago, and I've been walking everywhere. But it's okay. I'll figure it out." Something about the way he said it, so matter-of-fact, so resilient, touched me deeply. I knew right then that I had to do something for him. I asked where he lived, and he pointed to a small apartment complex down the road. I told him I'd be in touch, and he nodded before heading off into the rain. The next day, I went to the bike shop and bought the best bike I could find. I also picked up a helmet, a lock, and a few other things I thought he might need. When I showed up at his apartment, his eyes lit up like it was Christmas morning. "This is for me?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "Yes," I said. "You helped me when I needed it most. This is my way of saying thank you." He hugged me then, and I felt tears sting my eyes. It was such a small gesture on my part, but it meant the world to him. Over the next few months, I kept in touch with Marcus and his mom. I learned that they were struggling to make ends meet, so I helped them with groceries, bills, and even found Marcus a part-time job at a local mechanic shop where he could learn more skills. Marcus and I grew close, and he became like a son to me. He taught me so much about resilience, kindness, and the importance of giving back. And in return, I was able to give him opportunities he never thought possible. That rainy night could have been just another bad day. But because of Marcus, it became the start of something beautiful. Sometimes, the people who change our lives the most are the ones we least expect. And sometimes, all it takes is a little kindness to turn a stranger into family. Hey everyone, if this story moved you, if it made you think, or if it reminded you why we need to keep having these conversations, please take a moment to like this video. It really helps spread awareness. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. Have you ever witnessed or experienced something like this? Let's talk about it. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're here to share real, powerful stories that need to be heard. Lastly, share this with your friends and family. The more people who see this, the more we can bring awareness and change. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. Let's keep pushing forward, together.